I found that even after I'd stopped drinking, I was overeating, overworking, creating debt, having multiple relationships. Well, I had to keep all of that going to get away from the feeling of terror that took hold of me whenever I stood still for a minute. Finally, I guess I got to the point where the consequences of my survival techniques were as painful to live with as what I was running from. And I became willing to stop and face whatever it was. I had always felt like I was the one who was out of step, like there was something really wrong with me. Well, as I came out of my denial, I became aware of the emotional as well as the physical incest that I had experienced. With the help of my therapist and the support of the group, I've come to have some compassion for myself and the things I did to survive, and I know that I don't have to run anymore.
In today's session, we're going to talk about recovery from sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is a damaging, humiliating assault on a child's spirit and body. For most victims, it's a secret that they maintain and attempt to repress well into adulthood. While one hopes that the pain will finally leave, it often remains within, severely impacting how it is we live our lives. The consequences for childhood sexual abuse are many. They range from affecting our self-esteem to one's relationships with others, one's developing sexuality, the ability to trust others, the ability to be successful. People who've been sexually abused often learn to medicate their pain through the use of alcohol, other drugs, or food. It's common to see a survivor become a compulsive overeater, bulimic, anorexic, or chemically dependent. Abuse survivors often live a life of much shame and guilt. They experience incredible powerlessness in their lives. They may be depressed, extremely frightened, possibly very angry. We're talking about an emotional damage that extracts an extremely heavy toll. Time alone does not heal those wounds. Today I'll be talking to you about the healing process. The first step vital to the healing process is the willingness to speak the truth. Many childhood sexual abuse survivors have lived in silence for far too long. By not verbalizing one's experiences, people develop a shame that becomes cancerous. The question that's so often posed is, why do I need to talk about it? Do I really need to say it out loud? By talking about what occurred in the past, you now have the opportunity to sort out the past from the present. By not doing so, the past and the present become blurred and distorted. Talking about the past is a healthy way for you to purge the pain, the shame, the anger. By not talking, those many feelings become twisted, they become exaggerated, turned inward or turned outwards toward others. When you haven't found it safe to share your secret fully, you need more energy to control your feelings, your thoughts. Life becomes so consumed in any attempt to control everything just so your feelings don't get tapped. Ellen speaks to this issue well. As a survivor, one of the issues that I had to deal with was my anger toward myself for not ever having spoken up about the abuse when it was occurring. I didn't speak up when it was happening, so I felt wrong to start talking about it 20 years later. Today, I know that in order to survive as a child, I had to walk away from the pain. I had to abandon my feelings the best I could. I didn't know how to express the pain, the shame, the anger that I felt. Today, just saying what occurred and talking about my guilt for having kept it a secret, for keeping silent, has freed me up. It has truly given me back my life. Oh, it's been painful, all right, but it's got me to the other side of the pain. For the first time, I can love myself and see my value. Not talking about what has occurred is a form of minimizing and a form of denying the experience. By never talking about it, you continue to negate and to deny the depth of the experience, and I think you negate and deny yourself in that process.